Hello, hello. We're here in Sushi Loca. Did I say it right?
Sushi
Danny?
Loca, correct.
Sushi Loca.
In downtown Summerlin.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
This is my second time here that Danny brought me to this place. It is one of the best places. The owner, the staff, the food, everything is great. First of all, Danny, thank you for bringing me the best of the best here in Vegas, here in Summerlin, downtown Summerlin. And just tell us a little bit, where have you been, man? I mean, you've been all over the place. Seems like one day you're in Hong Kong, the next day in Taiwan, then you're in Singapore. I mean, you've been going non-stop, non-sleep, and you've been going to Mexico.
It's been fun. I mean, I gotta say, I was in 7 countries in 10 days. So it started from United States, Mexico, and went to Hong Kong and Taiwan, Malaysia, Singapore, and Korea. And I just got back in town. And
Wow.
we're excited. You know, I think I physically met in just those 7 countries a little over 4,000 people in those few days. And there's a lot of excitement that's happening right now with our company expanding everywhere. It's been fun.
Wow, wow. And you live here in Vegas, right?
I think so. My home is here, but
Your home
technically
is here.
my wife's house is here.
Okay.
I stay in hotel rooms, but I do have a new room every night, so different countries.
Okay. Different country, different food. Okay, different culture.
Different culture.
That's why I love network marketing, because you go from one culture, one country to the next country or the next city. And tell us how everything going in Mexico.
Mexico's going great. We launched Mexico 41 days ago.
41 days ago.
Yes, so
Wow.
it's only been a little over a month. We already have thousands, I think close to 7 or 8,000 partners that recently joined with us. So we're super excited. We just did our grand opening of our office in Mexico City on May 12th. So we had an opening ceremony, we had a rooftop party, we had a great time, but we're just getting started. You know, we feel like this summer is going to be still a pre-launch vibe because everything is new. We just started taking the cash payment, last week.
Okay.
So now people could go to 7-Eleven, Walmart, anywhere and make cash payment to actually receive our product. So, things are coming together. Operation is getting established, and it's going to be an exciting journey.
That's a big plus, because that means people get just full pay and get the product, right?
Absolutely.
Easy process. Very, very easy process. And where do you see RIMAN on the next 5 years? Because RIMAN, from the interview that we did, it was original. It is original. Everything from Jeju Island in South Korea.
Right.
And they did on the first few years. What was their sales on the first few years?
Yes, first 6 years, $2.5 billion
Wow.
in revenue just from Korea alone.
Okay.
And RIMAN was only operating in Korea first 5 years. So we just started our global expansion 2 years and 3 months ago, March of 2023. So it's kind of crazy to think about. 2.5 years ago, company was only in 1 country. And now,
No network marketing.
no network marketing, they were only doing direct sales. And we added the network marketing piece to bring RIMAN globally, starting with United States. And now, in short 2.5 years, we're operating in 8 different countries. And we have built a network of already, in short 7 additional countries with almost 500,000 people in our network. So it's growing fast. We're having a lot of fun. People love the products. People love the business model that has a strong retail, but also very powerful team building and very relevant and rewarding leadership program to really attract leaders and develop leaders. So people are having great time building the business too.
Wow. So in America, Canada is open.
Canada.
US is open.
US, Canada,
And 41 days in Mexico so
41
far.
days in Mexico.
Okay. And in Asia, it's open Hong Kong.
Yep, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Malaysia, Singapore, and of course, Korea.
Okay. South Korea. And what's next countries that are going to open? Anything that you already have lined up?
Our 9th country will be launching next month. It's scheduled to launch end of next month, Philippines, which we're really excited about.
I have some neighbors. They're Philippines. Maui. We're talking about you and Gerard and some people there in in my neighborhood.
I was just in Philippines 2 weeks ago. We were picking out our office space in Makati. Makati
Okay.
is like Beverly Hills of Philippines. It's like Spanish Trail of Philippines. It's really nice. Anyways, we were having a meeting with our staff in Philippines, and they were sharing with us how last year, 2024, just in Philippines alone, the skincare industry did $1.3 billion in revenue, and 33% of that was spent in buying Korean skincare.
Oh wow.
And none of those Korean skincare products, in my opinion, are as good as our skincare product. That's officially a number one Korean skincare brand from Korea. Now, first time entering into Philippines. Soon as people find out in Philippines that we're actually launching in Philippines, they're gonna want to come try our products. I know it's gonna be a huge market. It's a big country, right? 111, 120 million population. It's a big market. They love Korean skincare. It's gonna be exciting.
Well, I didn't know when we did the interview that South Korea was the number one in the whole world when it comes about skincare. And I went to ChatGPT, one of my good friends. I said, ChatGPT, where is the best skincare in the world? It says South Korea has the best technology and everything. And you guys own the technology, right? On
Correct.
Jeju Island?
Correct. Jeju Island, we actually have a campus. So we have a smart farm where we grow our own registered plant that is a patent for us for 20 years, which is a plant that is recognized by many professionals to be the greatest plant found for healing skin and for adding nutrient value to your skin. And also, we are connected to the government facility, which is a Lava Energy Water Center. So we work hands in hand with government of Jeju, utilizing the water that they are studying, and we also have our lab. So we grow the plant. We have exclusivity with water for skincare, and we have a lab to make our main ingredient, which is the lava byungpo water. That is mainly used in all of our products. So everything is done on our campus. We're in control of it, from the plants and the water to the ingredients being developed at the lab. And that's why nobody could even copy our products.
And that's a very unique story because when I saw the story, I said, I have never seen this before. The question, have anyone else is doing this in South Korea? It's similar what RIMAN is doing on the skincare.
Well, I mean, as far as the story and far as the technology they're trying to copy, of course, anytime something good happens and they sold 40 million bottles of it, and it's a number one K-beauty brand in Korea for 4 years in a row, many companies are claiming that they're copying or is doing something similar. However, the plant that we use, we have 20-year exclusivity. Nobody else could use it. And the water that we're
Protected. In other words, by the government.
by the government,
Of South Korea.
that's correct.
Okay.
Until 2042, nobody else could even access this plant.
Okay.
But we manage the quality control of the plant because we grow in our own 150,000 square feet smart farm. 365 days a year, 24/7. It's a perfect environment for this plant to grow in perfect, optimal condition, to be used as an ingredient for our products. So nobody could copy that. Also the water that we use, we have exclusivity in making skincare products with this lava energy water that Jeju government has found that we have partnership with. So yes, the story or the technology they could copy, they could, try to imitate, but the actual strength that's coming from the plant and the water, nobody else could copy, so that's why we have such an, exclusive niche in the marketplace and everybody loves our products.
Wow. And I heard you guys have your own resorts, right?
That's correct. Yeah.
And what do you guys use these resorts for?
Resorts are not available on hotels.com.
Okay.
You can't find it on Expedia.
Okay.
It is only for our leaders, but we do free retreats. We do retreats where we invite leaders to Jeju Island all over the world. They get invited to Jeju Island, and since our campus is there, they could actually go experience the smart farm, water center, and the lab. But rest of the time, we have a vacation at our resort. It's called RIMAN Village. Last year, we had over 1,000 leaders visit our RIMAN Village in Jeju Island. It's 2-minute walking distance from the ocean. You look over the ocean, and we have beautiful spa there, beautiful pool, restaurant, cafe, and everything is owned by RIMAN. We built it. All the resorts are actually built by RIMAN, and
wow.
we have 20 full-time staff working at the resort to service our leaders whenever they come visit.
So if I want to go, if I want to pay my trip, I say, you know what? I want to go see the technology. I want to go see all this. Can I pay and go see it?
No, only qualified leaders could go, but it is within a reach, and many people are qualifying. And once they qualify, everything is on the company that will come experience everything for free, and that will have a great time.
Wow. So, I mean, where do you see RIMAN on the next 5 years? Now to 5 years. We're at 2025, right?
Yeah,
Where do you see it
2025.
from 2030?
That's a great question. As I mentioned earlier, 2.5 years ago, company was only in one country. Now we're in 8 countries. By at the end of this year, we're going to be anywhere between 10 to 15 countries. In next 5 years, that we believe that we will be fully locally operating with local operation in over 50 countries.
Wow.
And we believe
In the next 5 years?
in the next 5 years by 2030.
Okay. I mean, if you have to guess right now, what do you think sales are going to be in 2030?
The way that
5 years from now?
Yeah, the way that we are seeing the trends of what's happening in all the new markets we're entering in, we believe in the next 5 years, by 2030, we will be doing about $4 to $5 billion a year in annual sales between all the 50 markets we're going to be operating in.
About $5 billion in sales.
Correct.
The question, how many companies out there do $5 billion in sales a year now?
Well, indirect sales doing over $5 billion a year, it's probably less than 5 to 7 companies, depends on a year.
Okay. I mean, that sounds very interested, very interested. So I know Latin America, Mexico has 41 days.
41 days.
What's next for Latin America?
Well, we're planning to open up all over Latin America, but
Okay.
for our next market, we're looking at Chile, Colombia, Peru as our next 3 markets.
Chile,
Yeah,
Colombia,
and Peru.
and Peru. Great markets.
Yeah. However, we just started Mexico. We do want to put our focus on Mexico, and the timeline of when to launch those countries will be determined by how fast we develop Mexico. And we believe that we will start seeing some expansions happen in the next few months. However, I know for next 90 days, it's going to be 100% fully focused on the Mexico market.
And you were telling me that there's free membership right now in Mexico. Is that correct?
Free membership is still happening right now until at the end of this month. So we have a free promotion until at the end of this month.
So, we're going to put on social media and the channel and everything to make sure if you want to join RIMAN, go join for free. I mean, you're not going to spend any kind of money. And another thing that I saw from the first interview is that there's no auto ship. There's no pressure like you got to buy this. Because that's one of the things that people always ask. How much is the auto ship?
Yeah.
How much do I have to buy?
Right. Well, there's no purchase requirement. Now, the truth is, most of our members, they purchase anyways because they love our products. And I agree with you, and I agree with many people that it's concerned about companies that has an auto ship mandatory requirement where the distributor has to buy a certain amount of products to participate in the program or get paid in the program. RIMAN doesn't have that at all. Of course, we have requirements to unlock higher percentage commission, and of course, achieve different ranks to get more benefits and release commission. However, as far as the personal purchase, there's a 0 requirement. But how most, probably all of our leaders, they purchase a lot of products anyways because they want to, because they love the products, they use the products, and the retention of our products are amazing because I could tell you, of course, there are many people that hasn't tried our product yet, but I don't know of anyone that only used our product one time. Because once you start using it, you can't stop, because it's noticeably different. People see results when they use our products literally immediately within first couple of days or first few days. And once they start using our hair care, our skin care, body care, they don't want to go back to whatever they were using before.
And you said something. I start using the shampoo and the serum and the conditioner, and I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
And I just got back out of the country, and I'm gonna start using the cream, the skincare. On RIMAN. I want you to look at me and see later on when you see me. Look at me right now, right here, and just a few months said, "Hey, Edgardo, what are you taking?" And I'll answer you at that time. So always good. And you'll be traveling. You were talking about you'll be traveling tomorrow.
I mean, yeah, after church, tomorrow night, I'll be
After
flying.
church, you're gonna be going to Europe.
I'm going to Europe. Yeah, we are. We haven't launched Europe yet. We're not in Europe yet, but we are doing some interviews to start the preparation process for Europe expansion. That now that we started our expansion in Latin America, so as a continent, Europe is next. After Latin America. And we are just at the very beginning stage of preparation.
Wow. So if you're looking for an opportunity, I think this is a good timing, right?
It's a great time.
It's a great time. So,
yeah.
So go ahead and text Danny Bae and just say, hey, we saw your interview on Edgardo Valdieso's show, and you know what? We want to be part of RIMAN. So it seems like, there's a great, great future. $5 billion in sales a year. Not many companies do that.
Yeah.
So
we appreciate your support. We love your show. I know your audience are entrepreneurs, entrepreneur minded. And of course, they love business. They love success. But I'm sure that, they understand that the value of information, especially when it comes down to business, value of business information is determined by the timing of when you receive the information. And just like you were talking about, the timing of where RIMAN is. If some people are watching this from Latin America or even in America or Europe, 5 years ago, if they heard about RIMAN, it's good information, but too early. They would have had to wait 5 years for RIMAN's Latin America expansion to start, right? But the fact that RIMAN has became a global company now, and we have already established in 8 countries, and all the markets we've been operating over 6 months, we're profitable in every single market. We're not one of those companies where we just have launching revenue and attraction, and after 6 months, they don't have they don't sustain the momentum and the success. We are consistent. Our retention is great, and we are setting up local operation for longevity of, company success. So we look forward to expanding all the markets properly. We don't do NFRs. We set up local operation for local customers to purchase in local currency, receive commissions in local currency, receive products in local shipping, so they can have great experience with us. This is a great timing. This is the value. I would say the value of receiving RIMAN information now, June of 2025, is at the highest ever. And it's the best time to get involved in the opportunity. So any of your audience in the community of your show, if they reach out, we'll make sure that we take great care of them, and we'll love to share the opportunity and the products with them.
That's very important. NFR means they go and do a test, see if it's for the market, see if they're going to like the product. No, they know they're going to love the product. That's pretty much what Danny Bae is saying. And if you haven't seen the whole episode of Danny Bae on my show, go and see it. Okay, you're gonna see how Danny Bae came from Starbucks, right?
Starbucks.
Making $8 an hour, right?
Yeah.
You were like 20 at that time?
I was 18. Yeah.
18?
Yeah.
Okay. 18 Starbucks developed 18 over 1 million members and more than how many countries?
Well, I mean now.
Those days where you bill over 1 billion, over 1 million distributors, members.
They were across over 25 countries.
More than 25 countries. Go see the interview, okay? Go see it, and you're gonna be like, wow. Okay? So
That was practice. There was a studying and practice.
Okay?
We're having more fun. We're having more success. We're having the fastest growth I've ever experienced in my 24-year career. So
Wow.
this is the real deal.
Yeah, go see it. Go see the whole interview, okay? So here from Sushi Loca in Summerlin downtown, we say goodbye.
Thank you very much, Eduardo.